Good morning. This is Mike Houston with your Sunday morning weather hazard briefing for southeast Idaho. Looking at satellite imagery this morning, we have a low-pressure trough lifting northeast through the region. And looking further upstream, we have a low-pressure system here advancing through the northeast Pacific. Fairly decent disturbance rotating through the base of that low-pressure system towards the northwest coast. Lots of moisture rotating up into the region ahead of that trough coming into the area today. Looking at radar imagery early this morning, we are seeing quite an area of precipitation spreading into at least southwest Idaho and portions of south central Idaho this morning. That will continue to progress north and east through the day today. Looking at our forecast graphics this morning, that for this morning does indicate that area of precipitation that we just saw on radar, with snow levels this morning running from about 5,500 to 6,500 feet across the region. Temperatures this morning generally running in the 30s here within the Snake River Plain and 20s in the Central Mountains and Eastern Highlands. Stepping forward to this afternoon here around 3 p.m., you see that area of precipitation now spreading into solidly into the Central Mountains and Eastern Highlands. We're starting to see some drier conditions working their way in towards the Eastern Magic Valley. Snow levels at this time at 3 o'clock in the afternoon still running around 5,500 to 6,500 feet across the region. Daytime highs today with all the cloudiness generally running in the lower 40s to lower 50s here within the Snake River Plain, and generally in the 30s to mid 40s here in the Central Mountains and Southeast Highlands. Working our way to midnight, we see the back edge of the precipitation now working through the Montana and Wyoming border, so just about to the end of the system here for us, and we should see drying conditions overnight with possibly some fog towards morning, but for the most part drier conditions as we work our way into Monday. And so the storm total for snowfall today through about midnight, we're expecting anywhere from 2 to 4 inches here in the Central Mountains. There might be some spotty areas with 6 inches or so of snowfall up here along some of these ridge tops in the Central Mountains. Eastern Highlands won't pick up too much out of this, maybe 2 to 4 inches in some areas, and little or no snowfall down here in the down in the Snake Plain, as it'll be too warm to collect any snow with this particular storm. We're still watching the snow melt issues and any rain on snow. Here we are looking at the modeled snow melt ending for today, 24-hour period today, and it's still indicating some areas with some puddling water down here towards Malad and over here towards Haley, Peekaboo, Cary area, maybe even Arco. So we will continue that flood watch that we have out just in case something were to occur today. Not really overly optimistic about seeing anything today, but this flood watch will continue through about 6 p.m., and then at that point somebody will have to make a decision either to extend it or allow it to expire. As I promised for Monday, upper ridge across the region, so we will be dry. We're starting to see southwest flow work into the region, so that would bring us some warmer temperatures. And here we are seeing those highs on Monday running from the 50s to lower 60s here in the Snake River Plain, and mid 40s to lower 50s in the Central Mountains and Southeast Highlands. So nice spring day. Advancing to Tuesday, we start to see this low pressure system now moving in towards the coast. Some disturbances lifting off to the north and east, which will clip up a portion of Idaho here. Model is indicating some precipitation across the Central Mountains, and snow levels at this time running around 5,500 to 6,500 feet. Looking at the snowfall through Tuesday, not expecting a whole lot here in the Central Mountains under that band of precipitation I just showed you, but generally running from about 1 to 3 inches here, maybe getting up to 4 inches across some of the higher elevations, and not expecting much of anything here across the Eastern Highlands or Snake River Plain. Daytime highs on Tuesday, again, still under that southwest flow. It'd be nice and warm. Temperatures generally running in the 50s to lower 60s here in the Snake River Plain, and 40s for the most part here in the Central Mountains, and upper 40s to mid 50s here in the Southeast Highlands, so nice and warm. Advancing to Wednesday afternoon, and this particular panel here is indicating the 24-hour accumulated precipitation for Tuesday night through Wednesday. We are expecting snow levels to vary from 5,500 feet in the morning on Wednesday morning to 7,000 feet in the afternoon. So quite a range in snow levels there. Lots of precipitation as that low begins to move onshore and energy begins to spread across the region. We are expecting temperature to be warm enough down here in the Snake River Plain not to really accumulate any snow whatsoever, so mostly rain down here. We are seeing some appreciable amounts of snow here in the Central Mountains. Snow amounts generally running from 4 to 8 plus inches, so this may require a winter storm advisory here for higher elevations, possibly for Tuesday night and Wednesday. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out. Eastern Highlands really isn't under the gun yet, but they do pick up some precipitation during the day on Wednesday, but the snow accumulations generally and temperatures aren't favorable to accumulate much, so we are only looking at maybe 1 to 3 inches here across the Eastern Highlands. Advancing to Thursday, the main low now moving east through the region, so very unsettled. Probably see lots of convective showers across the region, with snow levels ranging from the valley floor here upwards to 5,000 feet in some areas. Looks like the bulk of the precipitation here is now shifting into northern Utah and western Wyoming, but we're still seeing some fairly decent amounts here across southeast Idaho, especially in the mountains here, 1/10 to maybe 2/10 of an inch of precipitation liquid form. And if we go ahead and add up the snowfall for Wednesday night and Thursday, we are getting another fairly healthy round of snowfall here in the Central Mountains. Again, maybe worthy of a winter weather advisory for that region. And a little less amounts here, maybe 3 to 6 inches across the Eastern Highlands. There are some areas, especially across the northern Wasatch and up here in Island Park, that may be getting up into the 6 to 8 inch region. So we'll have to watch to see how that pans out. And certainly getting cold enough now that we're seeing maybe some trace amounts of accumulation down here in the Snake River Plain. Advancing to Friday, the main low now working well east of the region. Still have some troughiness lingering across the area, supportive of some showers here Friday afternoon, but I would say isolated to scattered and favoring the mountains. Temperatures remaining somewhat cool through the day on Friday with that exiting trough. Highs here in the Snake River Plain running from the mid-40s to lower 50s. And if you get up into the Central Mountains, generally in the 30s to lower 40s, and similar readings here across the Southeast Highlands. Okay, that's all I had for you here this morning. If you had any comments, questions, or concerns, you can go ahead and give us a call here at the number on the screen. Thank you.